Hey, what's up guys? Sloth King here. I'm over at Evan's place again, working on his 2010 Ford Edge, and we were going through, he's been having some issues throughout the whole weekend. His battery died, and he got a new one, and then it also died on him. So I just went ahead and tested the alternator, and it turns out that the alternator's bad. One way to find that out is if you put a multimeter on it, and then if it doesn't read around 14.2 volts while the engine's running, that means it's faulty. So we're gonna have to go ahead and replace that alternator, which might be a pain. We might have to take out these fans, jack up the car, take off the tire, and take out the inner splash shield, just so we can access the bolts and then take it out. Luckily there's one in stock at a Napa up the street, so if we can take this out within an hour here, we can go ahead and pick that up and swap it in. So let's go ahead and get started on this. All right guys, so I got the positive battery cable disconnected from the battery, just so I don't forget to do that. You don't forget to do that either. I got the wheel off on the passenger side. I got the car jacked up. You will see some jack points right there. Pretty simple. You can jack it from the middle. There's like a transmission mount right there. I'll circle it. So after you take the wheel off, you're gonna have to take off the splash guard. Now this whole thing is connected right here, from this side to this side, and it's pretty simple. You have, I think these are like 6mm bolts, but the big thing is there's gonna be a bunch of these like little pop clips that come out. And if you pick up a tool, you can get these on Amazon. I'll have them in the link below. The cap will just pop out. It's a little difficult to do with one hand, but it'll come through, it'll pop out like that, and then you can take this retainer out, and then you do it for all of these. It's gonna be all around here. Yeah, you just take this off with the nut. There might be something tucked up under there, but you do it all the way around, and then you can take off this whole splash guard, and then we can access the alternator bolts and brackets a lot easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them all off, and then we'll be back. They're 5.5mm, not like 8 or whatever size I said, but there's gonna be one here, and one here. After you take those out, the splash guard will come out. Okay, so with the splash shield off, we can access one of the bolts on the alternator. It's kind of a pain, but we can see the one right there. That's a 15mm. And then from the top of the engine, we're gonna have to access, hopefully you can see the one on that stud. Hopefully you can see that stud right there. There's gonna be that stud there. I think that's a 14, I'll find out. But first course of action, we gotta take the belt off. And to take the belt off, it's going to be a tensioner bracket right there. It's a 1/2 inch, you can put a 1/2 inch breaker bar on there, and then you move it, I believe it's counterclockwise. It'll release the tension from the belt, and you can slide the belt off. But what I'm going to do, so I can access that a little easier, I'm gonna remove this reservoir. I'm not gonna remove this hose, the coolant hose right there. I'm just gonna move this up and over, so that way I can reach down here a little bit better and not have this bottle in my way. So I'm gonna do that. Going to release the belt tension. It's kind of hard to film, but I'll show you guys, or I'll try to show you guys. All right guys, so I cannot fit a breaker bar on that belt tensioner, but what I'm doing, I have a Prybar here, and I'm underneath the car, and I have it pressed up against the AC compressor, and I'm just applying attention to this part of the pulley, which should give me enough room to loosen the belt and slide it off. It's a kind of a pain. It's a lot of a pain. So I'm gonna do that. I need 2 hands and then pop this belt off. So I'm gonna keep doing this and update you if it works. All right guys, so I'm right underneath the car, and here's the AC compressor, and here's the belt tensioner. what I did, I put my pry bar, put it like past the pulley. I grabbed onto it from the side just a little bit where the belt isn't touching, and then I just pulled backwards like that. And then you're gonna have to get someone else to pull the belt off while you keep tension on it. And yeah, that's how I did it. All right guys, so Evan and I were fighting to get this radiator fans out. That it was such a pain in the butt. Like so there's two, here, bring that fan shroud over here. So on the fan shroud, there's gonna be an 8mm bolt there, one on that side. You're gonna disconnect this connector, and then if you look at on this fan motor, there's like this little insulator on here. Well, the exhaust shroud kept getting stuck on here. So after we moved this radiator hose out of the way and moved this wiring loom, I applied a little bit of pressure against the exhaust shroud while Evan pulled up on it. Now, what we did, we shimmied the fan shroud over about 1/2 inch, moved these lines up and out of the way. Just like moved it out of the way so that the fan shroud doesn't make contact. While I pushed on the hose, he pulled up on it, and yeah, it popped out. It's very frustrating. But now, looks like we can access our alternator bolts. As you can see, I got my wrench on that, I got it on that 115mm, and I'm gonna pull up on there, and then there's gonna be a stud, which I showed you guys earlier, which we have full access to it right now, which is right there. It looks like it's gonna be a 14mm or something like that. We're gonna take that off, and then just unplug two of the connectors on the alternator, and then it should be able to pull out. Okay, got an update on the alternator. There's that stud in there. It's a 15mm nut that goes on it, and then you're gonna see the stud right here at the end. You're gonna put an 8mm socket on there, and you're just gonna take this whole thing out. It's gonna take a little bit by hand. It's really tight in there, but once you take that out and you loosen up that 15mm bolt on the bottom, which is that one right in there, the alternator is gonna rock. It's gonna rock back and forth. Then you just need to unplug the connectors that go onto the alternator, and then you can remove it. So we're gonna go ahead and finish that up and take it out. One other thing to note, you're gonna see a connector and yeah, now the alternator, you should see it, it can rock a little bit, but I'm gonna have to remove this 15mm nut right here. Wow, it's just really tight to film, but that nut, I'm gonna remove that, pull it out a little bit, and then we should be able to pull the alternator out. All right, and right here on the alternator, pop that out, and then I have my 15mm stud, the bolt right there. Have that pull it out as far as you can, and then you can rock it back and forth and pull that alternator out. Let's do it. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do, who should pull the alternator out? Me or Evan? Let's settle this rock, paper, scissors style.
No, take it out right now. I'm just gonna
okay.
Take it out.
Okay, I swear, I'll take it out. I lost. Would you like to be my camera guy?
Yeah.
All right, everything's all unplugged. Now let's wiggle get this boy out. on.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know, I can't see. All I see is the head.
Come on. New life. Is it a boy? Is it a girl? It's stuck on the hose.
Be very careful against the radiator.
Don't want to crash it up.
Wow, this is annoying. It's just... We'll get back to it. Alright guys, we're back from picking up the new alternator. There it is, in its shiny glory. I meant to, before we left, I meant to update you on how I took it out. But I wedged this radiator hose up and over this metal piece, this metal engine hook right here. And then for the reservoir hose, I pushed it as far left as I could. And then I pulled up on the alternator and yanked it over the AC line. And then I got it to right about here, and then I pulled it up. Watch out, try not to really mar up your radiator, but it's hard not to. I didn't break anything. I just bent some of the fins, which it's okay. You can bend it back if you have like a small pick or something. So assembly is literally just in the reverse order, trying to get that in there. The hardest part is going to be putting the alternator back in and then putting the fan shroud back in. But I'm gonna go ahead and start cracking down on that stuff. If I run into any hiccups, I'll update you along the way. All right guys, so everything's all installed. It was actually a lot easier to install everything than it was taking everything out. I put his old battery back in. I'm gonna give him a jump, and then we're gonna read what the battery charge is after we let it run for a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him a jump, and then we'll be back whenever I give you an update on what the volts are reading on that battery / alternator. So here we go. Okay guys, so here's we got the car running. It's jumped off, and let's check out what the volts are reading on the voltmeter. So put your positive, negative. We're gonna come back here, put it on 20 volts, and when the car is running, you want it around 14.2, and right now it's fluctuating between 14.31 and 14.21, which is good. That means our alternator's great. Before it was reading, what was it reading? Well, the battery was at 5, but when we started it, it was around like 10.5 or 11. So it was just discharging really bad. And that's one way to tell if your alternator's going out. While your car is running, you put on like your headlights, and if it drops below 14, that means your alternator is like going out. And in this case, it was around 11 when the car was running, so it was a bad alternator. But it's holding good around there. And what we can do now, we're gonna let it run for a little bit since the battery was at 5 volts. So we're gonna let it charge up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put the splash guard back on, and then we're gonna go for a low drive, and we're gonna see what the battery volts stay at. Okay guys, it was running for probably about 15 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes. Let's check out the voltage. Put it around the post. 12.7, 12.8. Yeah, that is that's a good battery. Yep, that's a solid battery. We're gonna see how much it drains after a minute. If it drains significantly after a minute or two, that means your battery is not able to hold a charge.
One eternity later.
All right, it's been 2 minutes and still at 12.01 volts. So it dropped 0.09 because we shut it off and it was at 12.10 or something like that. Yeah, it's still a fine battery. All right, guys. So that's how you replace your alternator on your 2010 Ford Edge. It's a pain. it's a pain in the butt for sure. It's not easy, but you can get it done, and it will save you some money for sure. Yeah, if you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to see more videos like these. And Evan, do you have anything else to say while we close this out?
You don't want to be me.
You heard it here first, folks. You don't want to be like Evan. Anyways, take it easy. Off completely.
Bleep that.
God damn it, Evan. You're like, what the f? How did this come off? You got that off?